For years, I used to watch all of these women radiating something that I was missing, looking their best and having a glow that I wish I had. And for a long time, I asked myself, what did these women have that I don't? And little did I know that the answer was feminine energy. I always thought that the goal of life was to do as many things as I could, was to thrive, was to hustle, but none of that made me feel at peace or aligned. And then I discovered the magic of embracing your feminine energy. And let me tell you, it has changed me a lot. Whether you want to feel more in tune with yourself, more confident, more magnetic, or just simply glow, feminine energy can be the answer for you. Now you might be asking yourselves, okay, Lorena, but how do I enter that era? How do I start? What things can I do to tap into my feminine energy? And what does feminine energy mean exactly? Okay, let me just tell you, in this video I'm going to spill everything that you need to know to tap into that feminine energy. This is kind of a guide that I followed when I truly wanted to feel my best, when I truly wanted to embrace that feminine side of myself, and I'm going to spill all the tea about it. So grab your favorite drink, your matcha, your coffee, whatever it is, and let's dive into it. Hello girls, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Lorena and I create content for girls that want to level up their lives, that want to feel their most feminine, and then want to get closer to the woman that they want to be. First of all, what is feminine energy? Because feminine energy is a very trending topic right now, but what does it truly mean to be in your feminine energy? For me, being in your feminine energy, it's all internal. I used to think that being feminine was just to get my nails done all the time, was to get my hair done, was to wear makeup, to buy heels and wear a cute bag. And while that can help you to feel more feminine, it doesn't mean that you're in your feminine energy having your nails done or wearing some cute heels. For me, feminine energy means that I let go. It means that I stop chasing and I start attracting. It means that I trust the divine timing. So basically, feminine energy means letting go of control. It means that you stop worrying too much about things, that you stop worrying too much about the future, about this problem that you have, and you start trusting that everything is working on your favor. If you think about all these women that radiate feminine energy, they kind of seem like they are at peace all the time. They maybe don't have everything figured out, but they're trusting life. And that's something so beautiful. When we're hyper stressed, when we are constantly worrying, we're tapping more into our masculine energy rather than our feminine energy. So basically, feminine energy means that you stop trying to hustle, you stop trying to chase every single thing to come into your life, but you start attracting. And it also means that you trust, the flow of life, that you start trusting that God or the universe are putting things in your life for a reason, that somehow, that you don't know the how, but somehow life will be okay for you, that things are going to start working in your favor. For me, feminine energy also started to kind of make a more sense when I started to realize that it also means loving myself, nurturing myself, and sometimes putting myself first. This doesn't mean you have to be selfish, but it means that you set boundaries. And now I feel like I need to clarify something, and it is that we understand masculine energy as well. Because I created a series on Instagram that kind of went viral, and a lot of people were saying that, oh my god, just stop saying that masculine energy is bad, just stop idealizing feminine energy, but what do you mean with this? And a lot of hating and kind of negative comments I received on those videos. But first of all, I cannot clarify something in a reel. That's why I love YouTube, because I love kind of diving into a topic more deeply. And also, I feel like I couldn't explain that we all have masculine energy. It's impossible that we are all the time in our feminine energy. And we all need that side of ourselves. We all need that masculine energy sometimes in order to survive. But we need a balance. And for that balance, we need to tap a little bit more on our feminine energy to feel more at peace, to feel like we're kind of more in flow with life, to feel more chill. So what does masculine energy mean? Masculine energy, it means that you're kind of fix things a little bit more. It's like you're trying to grab onto everything in order to fix it, in order to dominate that side of your life, in order to try to provide. And also you're kind of more independent when you're in your masculine energy. It doesn't mean like feminine energy, you're super dependent, but it means that you're not allowing yourself to receive help, to receive maybe love. And masculine energy, it also means that you're kind of providing all the time. So maybe you're now agreeing with me that being your masculine energy all the time can take you to a hyper stressed mode. It can take you to being on survival mode all the time, because it's not about letting go. It's about grabbing onto everything and trying to fix everything. That's why I feel women thrive when they're in the feminine energy. And now I want to dive a little bit into what I was doing wrong that was leading me to be my masculine energy. And maybe this way you can identify if you're doing all of these things, which basically will mean that you're tapping more into your masculine energy. And I also want to tell you why this was bad for me. Why tapping more into my masculine energy was not contributing to my well-being. For instance, I was like kind of a bit aggressive talking to other people because I felt like I had to be the best in everything. I thought like being hyper competitive was the way. I also thought I could not rely on people. I had to do it everything for myself. So like hyper independent as well. I neglected self-care, and I've talked about this in other videos. I wouldn't rest. For example, when I was on my period, I thought that if I was on my period, I still had to go to the gym and lift for like an hour and a half. I also thought that getting my hair done and getting my nails done was just a waste of money. And buying some cute clothes, I thought it was a waste of money. Even just reading a book and just chill at night, I thought it was a waste of time. And also trying to control everything that was going on in my life. I thought everything had to be perfect all the time. I had to be in a perfect situation, and if a problem happened to me, I just had to solve it right away. So I was not letting go of control at all. And all of these things took me to being hyper stressed, angry with other people and with my life, and just basically being in my survival mode. So these were a few things that were happening to me. There are a bit more things that can contribute to you tapping more into your masculine energy. But let's dive now into what everyone was waiting for. How can I tap more into my feminine energy? Let's see it. I'm going to tell you 5 basic things that I did to tap into my feminine energy, to start being in that flow with life, to just start glowing a bit more. The first one was self-care. As I talked in other videos, and as I said before, I was neglecting everything. I was neglecting rest. I was neglecting doing some mask on a weekend and reading a book while drinking my favorite tea. All of these things are self-care. It doesn't have to be you go to a spa and you spend like 50 years on your nails, but maybe it can be that when you're in your period, you go for a walk instead of lifting weights. It also can mean that you journal when you feel stressed instead of just suppressing all of those emotions. It can also be that you meditate to take care of your mind, or that you move your body a little bit more in order to take care of yourself and of your physical well-being. Because when I was in my masculine energy, I felt like really guilty when I took some time off, and I thought that I always had to be like hustling and grinding and just striving. And this is not feminine energy at all. Because when you start to prioritize your well-being, when you start to take care of yourself and prioritizing yourself without, of course, being too selfish, you're gonna notice a huge difference. The second thing that I did to tap into that feminine energy was to embrace my emotions. I have been struggling with anxiety for a few years, and I believe that the base of my struggle and the base of my anxiety was to try to control those emotions, was to try to suppress them, to neglect them, to avoid them. And I realized also, because I've been going to therapy and I have been trying to educate myself on this topic, I realized that the more that I let these emotions in me, the more that I try to feel them, the more they heal. And it's kind of the opposite that what your mind wants to do, right? When you're like stressed or sad, you want to just do things to stop being stressed or sad. But when you allow yourself to feel those emotions and you still go on with your life, is when they disappear, because you lose the fear to those emotions. And also you tell yourself that it's okay to be anxious sometimes, it's okay to be sad sometimes, it's just part of life. Because to be honest, I feel like social media has made us think that we cannot be anxious, that it's not okay to be sad, it's not okay to feel bad, and that's not life. A lot of people feel bad and a lot of people feel stressed, and that's part of life. and that's part of being human. So the key for me was to accept emotions, was to embrace them, was to listen to my gut, and also to realize that it's okay that I feel this way and I don't have to feel guilty for feeling that way. It's also about being vulnerable, because I feel like nowadays in this society, everyone is trying to teach us how to survive, but not how to be vulnerable. So for instance, if you're feeling stressed, if you're feeling that there's something bothering you, it's alright, go and talk to a friend, be vulnerable about it, feel those emotions, meditate, journal, pray. But know that it's okay to have those emotions and try to embrace them instead of avoiding them. The third thing that I want to talk to you guys about is the hustling culture. There was a period of my life in which I thought hustling and just thriving 24/7 was a key to life. Oh my god, I was so wrong. And a lot of people are going to disagree with this, because social media is full of these gurus that just tell you that you need to be sleeping for like 5 hours, you need to work out even though you feel pain, no pain, no gain kind of culture. It doesn't work for women. Let me tell you, I completely disagree with this when it comes to women. Maybe men can do this because they have the same energy, mood, and hormones during the whole month, but women don't. Our hormones shift, our energy shifts, our mood throughout the entire month, and that's why a lot of women also don't feel comfortable with being in a 9 to 5, because we're kind of not made for that somehow. I feel like this hustle culture is telling us to live in the future. At least for me, I was like hyper stressed because I thought I had to always do tasks. I couldn't rest. I felt like really guilty when resting. I thought that when I get this or when I get that, I was gonna be happy. And it's normal that I thought like that, because all that I consume on social media was that. But when I started to see women being at peace, letting go of control, achieving great and amazing things, and having aspirations without being constantly hustling, I understood I was wrong. Because yes, you can still have goals, you can still have dreams, but it doesn't mean yet that you have to constantly be working on something non-stop. A specific tip that I did to kind of let go of that hustling culture and embrace my femininity was stop putting like 100 things in my to-do list daily. Now I prioritize tasks. I try to do things that I know are going to benefit me for today and for my future. And instead of doing like 10 things, I do 3, but I do them with love, I do them with ease, and I put like all of my effort in those. And I feel like that takes me so much closer to my feminine side. The point number 4 is listening to your body. Again, as I said before, I was neglecting listening to my body because I felt like my belly's hurting because I'm on my period. I have to go to the gym. I have to lift weights, and I have to lift the same weights that I lifted 2 weeks ago when I was in my ovulatory phase. Girl, no, stop doing that, please. That's only gonna bring you problems like hormonal imbalance. It's like PCOS and like a lot of things. And when I started to listen to my body and moving my body based on how I was feeling, I actually started to notice better results, and I also started to feel a bit better because I was not putting more stress in my body than what my body required. Because for instance, when you're in your period, your body's telling you to chill, your body's telling you to skip the gym, and instead of that, stretching or walking. Because I feel like all of this culture of just no pain, no gain, strict workout plans and stuff like this are made for men. They're not made for women, because women can just simply don't feel their best doing that. And the last one is going to be the most important one for me personally, and this is what truly helped me to type into my feminine energy, which was letting go. And I know for a lot of us, it's difficult to do that. It's still difficult for me, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm gonna be completely honest with you girls. I still struggle to let go, but it's okay. I still can be my feminine energy and not completely let go and not completely trusting God or the universe. But this is a journey, not a destination, so it's okay that sometimes we kind of fail on these things. I believe that women that radiate glow are always trusting that things will work out for them. It's like they detach from the idea of achieving something, and instead they trust that life will bring them what they need, that they will be fine. And one of the things that have worked for me the most in order to try to let go a little bit was to shift demanding or requiring things for just preferring things. And let me explain myself. Right now I'm working on my social media. I'm trying to make myself a way in social media, and for years I thought that if I didn't achieve that, life was like so bad. Like, what was I gonna do? Like, it was the end of the world. That was requiring and demanding social media being a part of my life for me to feel okay. Now I still want to make myself away in social media. I still want to create content and inspiring girls, but if this doesn't work out, it's okay. It's not gonna be the end of the world, and I don't demand that or require that. I just prefer that, and I entrust social media to God. For you, feel free to call it the universe or life or whatever you feel like, but I just let God have that and handle that, and meanwhile I'll work on that. But I just don't feel like I need that to be happy. And something really funny is that I think that letting go will actually bring you more things, because when you detach yourself from things like that, when you surrender those things, actually life throws at you more blessings. And it's something that you guys can try it. Try to just surrender something in your life that you have been kind of like holding on to for a long time, and try to see if life throws at you more blessings. I think it will. Just try it out. And again, I'm still working on this. I'm going through a period of my life in which I'm really anxious, and it's okay. This doesn't mean that I cannot tap into my feminine energy, because I still can work on that. So for all of you girls that are struggling with anxiety or that are struggling to let go, just know that this is a journey. Just try to surrender little by little, and know that that's actually part of life. So it's okay. So girls, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really enjoyed a lot trying to help you girls tap into your feminine energy. Please let me know in the comments if you are struggling with something regarding feminine energy, or just simply whatever, and I'll try to help you. And also make sure that you subscribe to my channel so you don't lose any of the videos that are about to come. And thank you again so much. I love you all so much, and I'll see you in the next one.